What's up, Kubota crew? Welcome back to our live stream. Hopefully y'all are doing well. We're back in it again today, looking to set up our charts, get ready for the day, see what's kind of going on, just hang out a little bit, and maybe hopefully get a trade in. Our system actually kicked off yesterday. We had kind of the breakup here, retest, and then it kind of took off. So if you were watching that, if you jumped into that, nice job. You took a nice little trade there, taking it up to about 96,500 level. So yeah, these are our levels from yesterday. So we kind of had, let's see, where did we? Yesterday was starting right here. So kind of ran sideways in the morning. I believe during the live we were right here. And then right after live, we kind of broke down a little bit and then broke right through that resistance there on the daily breakout level, and then it took off. So nice job. We did a nice little winning trade there. So hopefully y'all were looking at that. Hopefully y'all were jumping into that. But yeah, it's nice to see the system at work, see the system winning for us. So yeah, yesterday was a good day. So we're excited to see what happens today. It looks like we're setting up some kind of little flag here on the 15-minute at least, kind of just moving out sideways. Had a decent wick here. There's some resistance up here at that 96.5 that I was talking about, and we kind of wicked up to it, hit it, and then came back down and closed right at 95.5 or so, and started forming this flag. So we'll see what happens today. If this flag does end up playing out, it would take us all the way up to, let's see, about 98, almost 99. So decent little flag there. 99 I would say is probably a big fat round number, big number in the stand. I'm sure the 100 is probably bigger than that, but 99 is close enough to it that it would probably be something to kind of watch for as the chart's going on. So we'll see what happens here, see what we can jump in and get out of this, see what our battle box has to say about today, and what happens. So we'll actually jump on in and check out our battle box, see what it says today. So yeah, let's head over to our battle box here. If you guys haven't been here before, this is our Kubota trading website, so kubota.com. Check it out. We got our indicator on here. We actually have our whole trading course that we have is on here as well. It's also on our YouTube channel, but there's a quicker link right here in the kubota.com. You can try it out for 7 days free of charge, but basically we just got our whole system is run through this website here. So if you're looking to upgrade your trading a little bit, go ahead and check it out. It's a great tool and something we use every day. We do our live stream 3 days a week, and every single day that we do it, we are using our Kubota battle box system. So check it out if you haven't already. We're gonna go ahead and log in, jump in. So we already got our battle box loaded here now. We got our operative ID up there, session controls ready. Besides this part of it, you also get some indicators. You can also do intel, which is like, that was what I was talking about with the videos and stuff. So right in the site, you can go ahead and check out different videos and stuff coming out. And then there are some projects we're working on, like this Omega thing won't be there for you guys, but it is something that's in the works. So yeah, just stick around, stay tuned, jump into this if you guys like the tool. Let us know what you think. Other than that, we'll just kind of go ahead and get started on it. So super easy, super simple to use. You just want to make sure you got the asset that you want. So we're always going to be trading Bitcoin here on the stream, so that's what we got right there. And then we're going to go ahead and pick our different time zone session. So we're going to use the NY futures session today, so at 8:30. So coming up here pretty close. Go ahead and get a drink of coffee here. Always nice to have coffee in the morning. Just got some Santa Fe coffee today. Santa Fe, I believe it's French roast, so nothing too special. Had to go with one of the more classics. We use like a Keurig, so their pods are just better. Like instead of like just poking a hole in like the plastic in the bottom, it actually has like a little filter on it, so it seems to like make more balanced coffee. Because I really like the pecan ones, but like sometimes you go and you make your pecan one and then you just get this like weird, just not good coffee. And I guess that's just because it just runs through it too fast or something. I don't know. But yeah, so that's cool there. That's what we got going on. That's what coffee we're drinking today. Yeah, let's jump into this though, set it up. So we'll go ahead and click the initiate calibration button. That'll start up our whole system. You can see we just populated these fields down here. This part up here is actually a timeline for whatever time zone you're trying to trade in. For us, that's the 8:30 NY futures session, so New York futures session. Basically what it's saying here is at 7:30 market opens. Between 7:30 and 8, that's when you're kind of setting up your charts, getting stuff ready. So realistically, excuse me, we are setting it up right here on the stream, but typically you would already kind of had it set up by the time the stream starts here at 8. And that's what this is saying here. At 8, we got our strategy active, so we're ready to run here. Typically, the market kind of takes till about 9 to kind of show you which way it's going to go. But that's not always true, so you want to be ready by 8, ready to go. Or at least pretty close, as close as you can to 8. We're ready though, and now we get to trade until 3:30 is what this is saying right here. 3:30 is the last part of the day, basically, that we can continue to have this. So next we got our different levels here. You can't quite see the last one, that daily support here, but these are the levels that populate just so you can see them on here. Once you get our indicators though, you can just go ahead and press copy indicator here. It'll copy it to your clipboard, and then we can head back to trading view. And on trading view, once you have the indicator, all you have to do is go into the settings of the indicator and Control A and then paste all of your data that you just got from the website right into there. It'll move all of our lines up, and then we should get a chart that looks something like this. So you can see our breakout zone here in the green, breakdown is in purple. We got our daily resistance in the blue line here, and daily support here in the blue line, daily resistance here in the red. That's kind of our levels there. Above that, these like bigger red, and then also like I believe the yellow right there was in it. Those are just higher time frame supports and resistances. So that's our second indicator that we have, is just higher time frame supports and resistances like that. I'm gonna grab another drink of coffee. Excuse me. So yeah, that's our other indicator. There are different higher time frame supports, higher time frame resistances. That just helps you want to get targets. That helps you just see kind of like where the higher time frames are sitting at, what's maybe going to be a bigger level, what's going to be a smaller level. And what I mean by that is like what levels is the chart going to go up to, and maybe kind of had some resistance already, and what ones are going to go up and have some support. So it'll kind of, yeah, you just I don't know. That's kind of what our indicator does. You can use it however you'd like, really. It just helps you put on some resistance and support there, and then you can take it however you'd like. Alright, so we got our chart set up now. All of our levels are set up. It's that easy. Just copy and paste. And then really you have your whole chart set up. It's all done. all ready to go. So now the next thing that we're going to do, and this is one of the main parts of our system here, is we're actually going to head back to Kubroto.com, and this button right next to the copy indicator button, launch BattleBox AI, we're going to go ahead and click that. If you already had it launched, you can just click it once, it'll copy it for you, and you can go back to your AI that's already open and just paste it. But if you haven't already opened it, we're just going to go ahead and proceed to terminal. It'll load up our Kubroto BattleBox trading AI, and this is basically the AI that our system is kind of built off of. So the whole idea is that this thing will be your like teacher, I guess. Like the whole point is it's here to help you learn, help you grow. It's here to answer questions you might have, kind of just like guide you along with your like homework idea, you know. Like the whole point of this thing is just it's there for you to have access to 24/7. Any questions you might have, anything like that, we've loaded this thing with a ton of data. It's all just ready to go for you. Yeah, like you could ask it anything from like the dumbest question to like maybe this like super high level trading idea, anything like that. It'll be able to help you along, nurture it. It is built off our system, I'll say, so a lot of it will point back to our system, but it's set up in a way that you can learn pretty much most TA stuff from it. So yeah, go ahead and check out our Kubroto.com to check out this BattleBox AI here. But yeah, once you get to it, the only way it actually will work is if you have the DMR already in it. So the DMR is the thing that we already have copied. So we'll go ahead and send that in, and you can see it just fills out a bunch of like looks like a lot of like coding basically. And basically once you have that in there, you just hit send, and it'll make you a DMR here. DMR stands for that daily market recap that I was talking about. And once you have this loaded, then you can ask it whatever. It will help you out with pretty much everything after this point. You just have to get this loaded in. So one, it has a basis for today, and then yeah, two, it just has something to kind of like run off of, because a lot of the issue is it will try to go and get its own information, and when it does that, it actually uses like older data. So a lot of times it will like, and it will mix data too. So like sometimes you'll be running through it, it'll grab like data from like, I don't know, like 3 months ago, and then like it'll use one thing from today, and so then you'll have, it's like, oh, the POC's at the point of control's at like 60,000. You're like, what? We're at 90 something. Like, how's it way down there? And then it's like, oh, and this other thing's at 120. It's like, what? I don't know. So yeah, you just gotta make sure that you get that DMR in there. It, like I said, it won't really do anything without it. But that is the reason we have behind putting the DMR in there. We got it in there though now, so we are good to ask it pretty much whatever we would like to. Looks like we're already starting to set up for our first trade here. Yep, copy text, paste it in there. Pretty simple, pretty easy. We're trying to make it like really easy for somebody to just do. I will say it's not like a it's not like that. Okay, I'll say it this way. Our system is made for traders, so we're not here to say like, oh, you just grab our system, dump it into here, and then the AI is just so like great, you could just ask it whatever and you just look like a genius trader, like, no, that's not what we're saying. The whole idea of the AI is to kind of be like a mentor, somebody that's there to help and to guide. So maybe that's there to teach. It's not somebody that's going to trade for you or anything like that. And it's not meant to be, it's meant to be an educational instructor, basically. It's meant for educational purposes only. We're not here to give any kind of financial decisions, financial advice, anything like that. If you do want to need that, make sure you contact your financial advisor. But yeah, we're here for specifically education. That's what we're trying to use for the battle box. That's why we set it up this way, so you can learn from it more TA stuff, and also kind of like see where maybe more a professional kind of trader would come from and what it's kind of thinking. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll kind of read through this. We'll see what y'all think of it. And yeah, then we'll kind of run through the charts. It'll kind of depend here on what happens. All right, let's check it out. All right, BTC is trading around that 95-230 range going into the New York Futures anchor. Price is opening in value and sitting below the prior 24-hour point of control at 95,362 by about 165 points, which matters because not fair value, because volume open conditions tend to reward selection over speed. When the market begins it's inside its own fair price area, it often spends time confirming whether it wants to rotate first or migrate to a new value area. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at there. So that's kind of like the screenshot idea. And then, the next section is kind of on the daily bias, so we can kind of run through that next. But basically, we got our, that's like the snapshot. So like the overall look of kind of what the market's kind of talking about, what we're seeing on the market. And then when we kind of go here into the daily bias section, that'll be more like how the market's leaning today, what it's kind of looking at, what we should be kind of looking for, thinking about. So yeah, that's kind of it right there. So we'll go ahead and go on to that daily bias section and see what we got. One sec. Let me type this in. All right. Moving on to our thing here. All right, daily bias. The model's lean is neutral with a low score and low confidence. The neutral position exists because the higher time frame context is explicit range on the daily and 4-hour with a slope score of 0. And because price is opening inside value rather than pressing an edge with urgency, in other words, pressure is muted. There's no structural reason to assume one side should have easy continuation until price proves it can accept beyond a boundary. So permission is separate. The permission state is hold fire and no active side. Requirements still include the 50-minute acceptance, 5-minute alignment, blah, 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 blah. Basically to say we are not yet out of our zone here. So we're kind of trading. Let's check out the charts for this part. Basically, we're kind of trading sideways here. We haven't gotten that confirmed break above our breakout line here. We are starting to get it, so we're kind of watching for it here as we go into the day. But for right now, we have not gotten that. So we're hanging around, waiting for that to kind of show us that we're going to jump in. Yeah, so we'll see here as we go. But we are setting up for that trade, so we're getting ready to kind of jump in. We really need to see that 15-minute candle, get the break up here, and then we need those 2 closes. So right now we don't even have one yet. Actually, we still got 8 minutes before we can actually say let's jump into this. Well, actually, not even jump in. We have 15 minutes before we can even say, all right, we got 1 close. So we need 2 of those before we can actually jump into the market. 2 closes and then a retest on the 5-minute. Just per our system, that's how we're looking at here. So as of right now, we haven't gotten either of those yet. Oops. So we're just hanging around waiting. Waiting for both of those to happen. Sorry, I'm trying to type some stuff in real quick before we jump in here. All right. All right. So yeah, we're just kind of hanging around, waiting, seeing when we can get in. It is looking like it is going to break up though, so we're kind of just watching here on the chart, watching that candle break up. All right, so let's take a little picture of those higher time frames, see what we got. On the 4-hour structure is labeled with range, which means that attempts to trend are more likely to stall unless we can build a acceptance above the value highs or below the value lows. This is why score always stays small. Range environments produce more moves to start and fail until boundary is accepted. So that's what the 4 hours looking like. So we're really wanting to get above this red line here today, if at all possible. If we don't get above that, then we're still looking for price to kind of reject off of that. That's like once we get to close here on the 15-minute, get that 5-minute retest, we'll be pretty much trading it to there. That's kind of where we're looking to rebound off of, just because of such a high resistance here, being the 4-hour one. And we've already rejected off it once, so are we going to reject off it again? More than likely we are, so basically we'll take the trade up to that. We'll see what happens. It could break through, but it's better off just jumping out right there on that. All right. Okay, so we got our 1 hour. We can go ahead and we'll look at that next after we read this. So the 1 hour, the shelves are clean and evenly weighted 95,321 as resistance and 94,577. Our support both with a 0.6 strength, so they are pretty strong. The resistance and support here. When shelves are balanced, today's edge tends to come from where acceptance happens, not from guessing direction early. Those shelves are today's truth test. Price can flirt with them, but the market only changes its mind when it is live beyond them. So basically, we got those resistance and supports there, but we're just waiting for price to kind of see which way we're going to go. We are above them right now. I believe this is the 4-hour one. So the 1-hour one is that yellow right here, and we did get that break above it. Will we hold it here on the 1 hour? I would say more than likely. Haven't yet, but that is kind of what we're looking at. We got about 3 minutes until this close, and then we will have our first candle down for our battle box system to tell us to jump in here. Once we get that in the second one, we're waiting for that 5-minute retest, like I was saying. Another little drink of coffee here. You know, streaming, you don't realize how dry your voice gets, you know, like talking for a while. It's like something you got to build up to, I think. Like, the more I do it, the more, like, I can talk more, but, like, I don't know. I remember the first time I did it, like, first stream we had, I was like, it was like 30 minutes in, I was like, oh man, dude, I can't even talk anymore. Like, my throat's so dry. I think it's time of year too. I bet in the like early spring, kind of like we are right now, I guess. Technically still winter. It's colder, so like your voice just gets drier a lot easier. It's just hard. I don't know, like harder to talk, I guess, because you're just like sucking in cold air, so like your throat just gets dry faster, I guess. Not as humid out, you know. I don't know. Anyways, so we got our 4-hour, 1 hour down. We're watching this 15-minute candle here for the close. 2 minutes still. Gonna go ahead and jump in to today's price map. Here on the battle box, you can tell we kind of got some different levels here with our and these are all on our charts either already, but if you want to like pause the video, take a snapshot. If you don't already have these, you can go ahead and throw them on your charts. But basically we got our point of control, volume rate high, volume rate low, 1 hour shelves of daily support and daily resistance, and then we got our 30-minute range, which we talk about quite often as well. Just basically the 30-minute candle from the opening of the day. You kind of have the high and the low there. That's the 30-minute range. Basically tells us a little bit as we look, kind of like starting the market out. There's those 30-minute levels on there, and it tells you a lot about how the market's kind of going to handle today. The battle box all knows about all of that though. So if you want to jump into any of that, like I said, just ask the battle box. It'll let you know. It'll show you how to just kind of read it, especially for yourself if you're looking to maybe do this without a ton of help from the battle box. It's always nice though, like I said, to get the battle box here, just kind of see what it's thinking. You know, it has maybe a different opinion than you, so that's always nice to see and hear. And it's nice you can kind of talk to it too. So like if you're like, well, I thought it was going to go down today, and you know, like I see this and this and this happening, you can go ahead and say, hey, you know, that's what I think is going to happen, and the battle box will kind of let you know what's actually going on there. So obviously we agree with it today. We're looking at it, seeing it's already starting to break up. We got about 20 seconds left here on that candle. Happening up on the 15, getting ready for that close. 10 seconds. If we get that close above, we'll be looking for the coffee juice. Nice. All right, there it is. There's the close. Now we are just checking it out. All right. Let's see. Let's go over how price is likely to behave today as we're kind of watching this next candle kind of form here on the 15, looking for our trade to kind of set up. We're waiting for those 2 candle closes, if you remember, on the 15, and then we'll be jumping to the 5-minute to see for that retest back to our breakout level here in green, and then we'll take it up more than likely to right here. So you can go ahead and throw this on. Not jumping into that yet, but we are setting it up there. And we will go ahead and check out how price is likely to behave, like I was saying. So we got our trade ready on there. That's what we're looking at today. Just something like that. I'm gonna put it like right there, but I would be watching it as it hits this red zone here. So we got our trade kind of sitting there ready on the thing. Not into it yet, but that's what we got sitting there. And again, like I said, educational purposes only. We're not here for any kind of financial advice. All right. So how's price likely to behave? So within our inside band status, the compressing score is 0 in a clearly defined value area. The most common behavior is rotation and probing. Once price tests above the local 30-minute high or below the 30-minute low, then decides whether it can hold value beyond the boundaries. The key teaching point today is that the first touches often lie in ranges. Real opportunity usually appears only after the market shows it can accept beyond the breakout or the breakdown level, or after it reclaims and holds the value levels in a way that shifts who controls in the middle. So basically, we got our break above the breakout level. We haven't confirmed it yet, though, so we won't know if we're going directional until after we get that confirmation there. Without the confirmation, we're actually going to revert back to our point of control, which for today, our point of control is right here in the 2 dashed yellow lines. So it's about right there, about our 50-minute 21, if you're looking at the indicator or moving averages there. So we're looking for price to reject back to there if we don't get another candle close above our level here, because that is what we're looking for it to basically tell us that it's going to hold that resistance line. If we get that resistance line held, then we're looking for that takeoff up to take the trade there. So we'll see what kind of happens here on this next 15-minute candle, and we can kind of go over like what confirms the day starts. So whenever we get that proof replacing the pressure. So because 15-minute requires 15-minute acceptance, the 5-minute alignment, the meaningful confirmation is not a wick through a trigger, but the market demonstrating it can accept beyond a boundary and then keep its behavior consistent. So if we get above acceptance, above that breakout trigger, it converts us to the upside. Basically, if we get that close below it, it's time to get out. Until then, we can see a lot of rotations. Basically, we're still in we're looking. We haven't really confirmed anything, basically. Until we confirm something above this, we're just getting that rotation, like I was saying. Dropping back down to the POC, that's going to be way more than likely if we don't get it closing there. If we don't get to close above, so yeah, we got a lot of stuff happening. We got a lot of things kind of popping up on the charts. I run 3 different screens, so if you ever see me kind of like looking around, like whoa, like darting around, that's what I'm doing, looking at the different screens, kind of watching what's happening. I got my main screen here with the chart, kind of just watching it here on the 15-minute, but I do have the battle box loaded up on the upper screen. I got, part of it is I got the stream as well, lined up on the upper screen, one of the upper screens as well. So, kind of just got everything set up. Only 3 screens, but I got them all set up, running, working for me. typically whenever I'm trading, you know, I'm actually talking to the battle box more than often than not, kind of seeing what's happening. So we're watching here on the 15-minute. We really want that trade to kind of set up for us here, so we'll see what happens. We're watching. Yeah, I mean, really, it's just one of those. It's a waiting game right now. We're waiting for price to tell us which way it's going to go. We could go through the rest of the battle box, but essentially what it's going to tell us right now is we are playing the waiting game. So we're waiting for price to tell us, you know, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Is it going to just go to the PLC? Which way is it going to go? Is it going to confirm here? Are we holding this level? That's what we're waiting for. We don't want to jump in before we got confirmation. That's how you lose money as a trader. You jump in before you get confirmation, and that's when you jump out. That's not when you want to be jumping into the trade, is when you don't have that confirmation of whatever system. You know, it doesn't have to be ours, just any system. If you don't have the confirmation, then you're jumping out of the trade. You should not be in that thing. Yeah, basically, so, trading's like, it's one of those things. Like I heard it said the other day. Trading's one of those things that's simple but not easy. You know, like it's so simple. You just wait for your system to set up. You jump in, take the trade up, and boom, you make some money. Or even, you know, you take the trade down, you get out, and it's still a win because you took your systems trade, and even though you might have lost, you took the loss with your system. So that's also a win in the books for a trader. But you know, it's not easy to do that. Like it's not easy to share the charts and, you know, see like, oh, I could have made X amount of money here. I could have done this. Coulda. You know, it's always there. And then especially after you start learning a little bit, you're like, oh, you know, like here's 3 candles right here. That's I don't even know what they call them. 3. I don't think it's 3 white horses. I think that's it might be 3 white horses actually. I don't remember. It's something like that. There's a candlestick though thing. Basically 3 candles in a row that are green. That means it's going to continue upwards. Is basic candlestick, I guess, trading analysis. But you know, it's there, so you're like, oh, you know, it's setting up, so we should just jump in here and we'll take it up. You know, it's gonna run up there. I just know it, so I should just jump in. That's, you know, that's bad trading too, because what's our system say? We need to wait for that 15-minute 2 15-minute closes, and then that retest on the 5-minute, and we haven't gotten that yet. So that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're watching for. Definitely have not jumped in yet. We got all our stuff set up, so like I said, it's just a waiting game. You're just sitting around, hanging out, waiting for price to tell you to jump in. That's all you got to do. Student makes say a lot of waiting in line for trade. LOL. It's time to get on the roller coaster. You can't wait, but then you are thinking, why am I doing this? Yeah, basically, you know, you're excited to get on, but you know, you wouldn't want to jump on early to the roller coaster. You know, like if they're still doing maintenance and stuff, you don't want to jump on the roller coaster. You don't know what's going to happen. So once they've tested it and basically are telling you, hey, it's time to get on the roller coaster, that's when you want to get on. Kind of like yesterday I was saying, it's like a train. You know, you want to get on the train as it's already moving, because then you know what direction it's going to go in, right? It's hard for a train to flip around, turn directions right away, or even just stop and reverse the other way. If it's already moving one way, then it's going to be going that way, at least for a little bit. So if you jump on the train when it's going one way, you know it's going to continue that way for a while. So that's kind of the mindset here that we're thinking in. We got about 4 minutes till at close again here on the 15-minute here. Waiting for that close, and then we'll be looking for that retest back down here to our trade. So really, yeah, just waiting around. We can go ahead and ask the battle box some questions if y'all would like. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and shoot them into the chat. We can ask them on the battle box, or maybe I could just answer them, you know, whatever it is. We'll just have to kind of watch. Because like I said, yeah, it's really a waiting game. That's what we're waiting for. Waiting for price to tell us which way we're heading here. Yeah. Haven't been, I don't know. Yeah, just waiting. Typically January is kind of when it starts heating up. It's kind of towards, I mean, I guess we're not too far into January, but typically towards like the end of this month into February is where we start seeing a little bit more action. Typically like the first like week or two of January, just not super good. There's just a lot of like, I don't know, like low volatility, I guess. It's just because, you know, people are coming back from vacation, their first week back, they're like, you know, I don't really want to do a whole bunch of work. It's just like still on that vacation time, I guess. You know, it's just not, I don't know, it's just not the same. So you got to wait and kind of let them catch up, get people back into the markets, back into the swing of things, and then you start seeing price action kind of move as well with that. So really, I would say yesterday we started to get some of that volatility. You could see us breaking out there. That's some of the typical market price action that we like to see. December's typically a pretty slow month here on really any trading, but especially for crypto. There's just people, you know, like just either just aren't spending money really, or the people that are spending money on Bitcoin and stuff are just people that don't really know what they're doing. So the price action is kind of wonky. There's just not a lot of money going in, even the money that is going in, and it's just not a lot, you know. Like the big whales and stuff, they're all on vacation. They're out, you know, in Bali or whatever, like hanging out on the beach somewhere, enjoying their lives. So yeah, basically, yeah, December, you know, pretty junky price action. But we're excited for 2026 moving into this year. We'll kind of see how we trade on the charts, see what kind of happens here. But yeah, all those New Year's resolutions are starting to kind of jump in, I guess. People want to learn how to trade and stuff. I'm sure there's an uptick of that too if you go check out the statistics and stuff like that. But yeah, haven't gotten our trade yet, so we are waiting. Like I said, sitting here waiting. Got about another minute here before the candle closes, and then we can see if we're gonna hold this price action. I will say it is looking like it. It would be a decent move if it actually broke down right now. It'd actually kind of be a little scary. I don't know if we could get the breakdown there. Just because it kind of tell us, you know, like, I don't know, like, if it broke down right here, even if it closed above the breakout line in green here, even if we close, like, say, like right here, we still have like a giant wick above us, which would make me a little nervous, because that means like we had all the bulls come in, bring price up, and then you had the bears come in and just like smash price back down, and then they ended up winning the fight. You know, it's every candle's kind of like a tug of war. Like you got the middle point wherever you start, and then price is kind of breaking either way, going up, going down. So you're really just waiting to see which way are we going to go, which side is going to win. You know, are the bulls going to win, bringing it to one side, or are the bears going to win, bringing it to the other? Looks like we got the bulls to win that time. Moving on to the next candle, it's going to take us to that 9 o'clock time. Yeah, it's kind of getting that break up there a little bit. We'll see what happens here with this candle. Get a little more coffee. You know what? It's really good. If you all haven't tried it yet, is some bulletproof coffee. So basically what you do is you actually put butter in your coffee, which it sounds kind of weird, sounds kind of nasty, but it's actually like pretty good. It kind of like neutralizes some of the acidic flavor in your coffee. So I don't know if y'all are big coffee people or not, but it definitely makes the coffee a lot better. So if you're looking to try something a little different with the coffee you already had, just go ahead and put a little bit of butter in there. You do got to use real butter though. Like, you can't use like margarine or I can't believe it's not butter, stuff like that. You got to use like real butter. But little butter, little bit of salt, and you'll have some nice coffee. It'll be way different coffee, I promise you. You do want to make sure though, if you're gonna make it, you put in the salt before you make the coffee, because that'll make it. I don't know why, but it just makes it a lot better. It just like, I don't know. So you gotta like put in the salt, put in the butter, and then you put the coffee on top of that. If you like to drink it black, just drink it black like that. I like to add a little bit of some heavy whipping cream to mine, but you know, you could add whatever. Real good though, delicious. All right, so kind of crazy. We're getting that break up here already without even coming back for that retest. Pretty crazy. Wow. Yeah, right up to that line. We just hit that. Boom. I mean, we called it, right? But the hard thing is it did not set up for us to jump in. So even though it hit it, it was good we didn't trade, because we didn't get that trade set up yet. Man, need some more coffee, I guess. Man, I don't know, getting that dry throat, I guess. Whew. Too much talking. Yeah, exciting little day though, man. Yep, see, that's one of the hard things about trading, you know. Sometimes your system keeps you out, you see the trade and you're like, oh no, and then it happens. But you just gotta know, like, you know, even though we didn't take the trade, we didn't get to that level there, that's still a win in the books, because our system didn't tell us to get in, so we didn't get in. So win in the books right there. I mean, is it a little annoying, you know, we weren't able to jump in on that a little bit, you know, kind of went up, hit our trade. We could have jumped out right there if we were in it, but it didn't set up for us, so we didn't get in yet. No pullback. Spearmaker said he's watching volume, and there was none pushing it up, but it was a nice move. So there you go. You know, just weird price action, really. Yeah, it sucks that it was there, didn't hit it, but you know, that's all right. Hands away from the charts. It hit it, you know, so what? We didn't get into the trade. We'll get one tomorrow. We'll get one the next day. Maybe even get one later today, you know, who knows? So we'll just be watching the chart, checking it out. We're still waiting on that pullback. Man, I'm sorry, guys. My throat's just getting real dry all of a sudden, but yeah, basically we're just waiting for that pullback here, so we'll just wait and see what happens here. See if we get that pullback. One thing you will want to watch out for is when we do get that pullback, or if we do get that pullback, make sure it is a pullback. You don't want to be jumping in if price is actually going to break down. So you're going to be wanting to watch it. Like I said, you're waiting for price to confirm that it is actually pulling back. So you want to jump on the moving trade, want to jump on the moving roller coaster. That's the kind of idea, or the roller coaster that's about to move, you know. We want to see price come down, hit that level, and then start to move up, and that's where we get in, is when it starts to move up. You're not jumping in whenever price action is just hitting the level, because that is where you get screwed. So make sure you're watching, especially when we've already hit the upper target that we were kind of watching for. That's where you want to watch out. So yeah, just keep an eye on the charts, watch it, make sure you if you can't watch it, throw on a line or something, throw on an alert on that line, and then you'll know if we do come back down, end up getting that retrace here. Yeah, if you were in the trade, I would be out of it right now. I mean, that's, you know, I don't know anything more than the next guy, but I would be getting out of that because, like Servant said, not a lot of volume there, so that is just kind of sketchy. You know, you got your big candle here move, and you don't have a lot of volume, so that tells me that price is going to break down here pretty soon. And honestly, if the volume does kick in right now, it's going to go back down fast, back to our, I mean, it could retest, but it will be going back down here to our breakout level fast. And it could, you know, it could just break up real fast too. But more than likely what's happened, what we've seen when no volume's in the chart like that, get the breakdown fast. And that's a lot of times when you're like way up in profits and you're like, woo, yay, making a bunch of money, and then boom, you get smacked out of your trade in one candle or so. So be careful, you know, watch the charts. Like I said, if we get that breakdown here to the breakdown level, or breakout level, we'll be coming down, retesting it, and looking for that target to jump into. So yeah, overall, thanks for watching, guys. We do have a recap coming out here on the price action from yesterday, the kind of trades we were looking at, what trades we jumped into, what trades we were watching and just skipped out on, stuff like that. All run with our Roto Battle Box system, so check it out if you haven't already. Yeah, other than that, there's another stream tomorrow at 8, so make sure you're tuning in with us. Get the market read of the day, get the trade hopefully of the day. Yeah, see what the battle box has to say. Maybe even just come for the levels, you know. Whatever it is, check us out tomorrow at 8. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our videos. We are working on making our channel a whole lot better, looking to get up into well, at least 1,000 subscribers, if not more. So yeah, like and subscribe helps our channel grow, helps us get to our goals and just get our stuff out to more people. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Happy trading to y'all. See ya.